Good morning, everyone. My name is Phil with Think Make Do, and we are back at our Southern California fix and flip, and it's week 9, I think. And well, let's just show you what we got going on. So from the exterior, we have new windows. Look at that. So these are replacement mill guard windows, so we keep most of the existing frame. Looks like they've already caulked the outside. These are double pane glass, so better for sound absorption and better for insulation. You can see our front door here. We're not super happy with the restoration that we tried on this door. So we bought a new door that looks almost identical, and it was kind of cheap. And so all the hours we spent all the hours that we spent stripping and sanding this thing, we could have just got for 200 bucks or something for this thing. Just a little bit of inexperience, you know. We kind of thought that these doors were really expensive. That's what someone told us. And instead of price checking aggressively to make sure that that was accurate, we just kind of went with it and said restoring the door would be better, but yeah, obviously not. So whatever, you live and you learn. Let's see. We got new windows throughout. We got a new window up here, over on the kitchen side, above the sink area. This section of the house, these used to be floor to ceiling windows, and we've reduced the size a little bit, just to be a little bit more normal. And these are really nice vertical sliding. So that's pretty cool. Now this fireplace, we're not quite sure what we're going to do with it. We have ambition to probably knock off the mantle and then cover this with like a wood overlay. I think I've seen a couple different versions of wood that look really nice. The exposed brick look with some of these painted bricks doesn't look that good in this house now that we've kind of cleaned up and more or less sterilized the interior with all these kind of neutral colors. So we'll think about that later. One issue we do have is the contractor put all the baseboards in already for some reason. And if you know anything about flooring installation, when you have a floating floor system, the floating floor system is going to expand and contract with the weather, right? So if you put your baseboards down all the way to the ground and you butt up your flooring right next to it, it's going to expand. It's going to push on the baseboard, and it's actually going to pull this off the wall at an angle and break, right? So you don't want that. The flooring is supposed to be lifted up above the flooring. So floor is supposed to go in first, then you install the baseboards. It's also kind of strange because now you have to paint the baseboard while it's on the floor as opposed to painting all of them and then applying them to the wall where the installation is easier. So that's, I don't know, it's just weird. I think it's also because we don't have the flooring here yet, so the contractor just said, screw it, we'll do the baseboards first because it's something that my guys can work on. But that's coordination between subcontractors and supply chain of materials that kind of gets in the way of doing things the right way, I would say. So that's kind of the issue. Anyway, we really need to get rid of this light switch for something modern. You'll also notice, for whatever reason, the door height here is about ½ an inch higher than this door height. And that's because when they installed this door, instead of notching out or cutting the bottom of this door jamb, this pre-made door jamb, they just lifted it up so they could get it over this tile work that they did. And that's not actually probably the best way to do it. The best way to do it would be to measure the top of this existing door jamb, figure out what the height should have been, and then match the height by cutting this door jamb down so they could recess this. But they didn't do that, and now we have this in the hallway, and it's visible to us. I'm not sure if it'll be visible to the homeowner. Now, this grout work, I think we already said in an earlier video, we weren't happy with. So all these little blue pieces of tape are areas of the grout where we felt it was not good enough. And they're going through, I think, and trying to fix it. They've also been scraping out the excess grout here to to improve the appearance. I'd say it's gone from a B minus that we gave before to a B, right? These corners are still gross, right? They're just, I don't know, for this quality of a build, the tile is lacking. But what are you gonna do? So, still working on it. We'll see what happens there. We have another door, or another bathroom, and it looks like they finished the grout here, but ooh, on first inspection, I can already tell it's still not that great because you got a section missing here. Looks okay. Before we had noted that the gap in the tile was a little bit off, but the grout, by picking a kind of grout color that's more or less neutral for this tile color, right? Dark gray with a light gray tile, it doesn't look that bad. Ooh, they went with brown grout, even though I think we had said we wanted to go with white grout. So that's a little strange. I guess we'll talk about that today. But you can kind of tell, like, these grout lines are just, yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. So typically in an alcove, or what do we call this? Whatever, in this shelf, the bottom shelf has to be set at a slight angle so that the water will recess and flow down. Right now, if you look at it, it's actually flowing into this corner, and the trim here is preventing water from escaping from this lip. So this is totally wrong, and this is gonna have to be removed. Whoever the subcontractor is for this tile work is consistently just not getting it correct. So that's actually kind of a big problem because they haven't started working on the master bathroom yet, and we just cannot have these problems in the master bathroom. So that's a big area of concern that we'll just have to address as we go. But for sure, that bottom portion needs to be redone. No question about that. And then you can see these grout lines. This one's smaller, this one's bigger, this is smaller, this is big, this is small. The trim still sucks. This whole edge thing is stupid. I don't know, sometimes you just have to stop looking at the problem because the problem's not going to go away when you complain about it. So I'm just gonna leave. All right, let's see how the plumbing work is going in the master bedroom. Oh, no major changes yet. Okay. So, still waiting, I suppose, for the plumbing to be set in. And today we're gonna find out, we've been working on the pergola, at least getting it set up, but we may have just found out that we can move the AC. So right now we were gonna build a pergola, kind of hide the AC. We may instead put that money towards moving the AC somewhere else in this backyard so this whole area can open up, and then maybe we just don't build a pergola. So that is something to consider. Anyway, that's a quick update. Catch you guys in another couple weeks.